Welcome to Dftg 1317, and today we are going to actually work on wall sections. First things first, I'm going to send you guys a document for you to bring in. And, before I get started, I want to stress, in fact, let's do a microphone check. Okay, microphone check's working good. I want to stress the fact that I want you guys to actually draw these assignments, okay? Because I've noticed, people are not doing that. People are just copying. You're only hurting yourself. So for what I'm going to do forward, okay, in moving forward, and just to be fair, instead of uploading PDFs, I'm going to upload JPEG images. Therefore, you cannot convert it to a CAD file, okay? I need you guys to put the time in to do the work. I need you guys to actually go ahead and, holistically sign on to what you are paying for, okay? So if you need to do that, or if you need anything from me or any help or any assistance, okay, then we can make that happen, all right? So first things first, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to actually start off with this wall section right here, okay? And we are going to, let's go ahead and bring the PDF in first, okay? And I'm going to send you guys a JPEG so you guys can't actually convert that to line work and then just manipulate the layers, okay? That's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to the people that actually are drawing the projects as well, okay? So I need you guys to actually put the work in. I need you guys to do exactly what I'm asking you to do. Now, let me go ahead and open something up because I want you guys to go back and fix this later. Let's see. Let's go to this section's A drawing. Okay, so if you guys actually refer to the video, okay, a lot of you guys, for your elevations, you just copied these over, okay? That's not what I wanted you guys to do. I wanted you guys to do kind of what I did here, kind of redraw it. I only gave you this as a go-by, okay? So this is why I'm having to actually send you guys JPEGs now instead of PDFs, because PDFs have been printed from AutoCAD. They can actually be converted to CAD line work. So moving forward, I'm going to actually send you guys JPEGs so you guys could actually stay true to it as you matriculate through the drawings. Okay, the worst thing you can do is to have paid for this course. Go through it and cheat your way through it. And then when you actually need the actual skill sets, you don't have the skill sets that's required. So I can't allow that as an instructor. I'm not built that way. I'm not cut out that way. I'm a firm believer in working hard. I'm a firm believer of producing your own work, okay? So let's make sure we're not passing files around and copying files. I've noticed some on this south elevation, some people actually just copied files. And if you get caught doing that, then you are in direct violation of HCC standard, okay? So I'm saying all that to say this. Be true to yourself, all right? You want to get these skill sets. You want to get and gain this knowledge, okay? So be true to yourself in producing the work. All you have to do is give yourself 3 to 4 hours a week to sit down and draw. There are 168 hours in a week, okay? 168. All I'm asking you to do is outside of class, dedicate an additional 3 to 4 hours out of your schedule to draw, okay? If you do it that way, it won't be such a burden on you, okay? I'm working with you guys to the best of my ability, but I am going to ask that you actually produce the work because I would be remiss as an instructor to actually give people grades that didn't do the work, and especially if I come across it and I realize it and recognize it. But I also realize and recognize that this course was a special needs course because of the current situation that you have with your previous instructor. So I'm going to work with you guys. So, and moving forward, okay, if you did that with these elevations, if you just copied them, converted the PDFs to CAD file, and applied line weights and layers to it, okay, well, I'm going to have to ask you to go back and redraw it, okay? Go back and draw it like it should be drawn, all right? Now, in moving forward, I'll send you guys JPEGs. because I don't want you guys copying work over. Okay, so and moving forward, I'm going to send you guys JPEGs. Now, let's go back to the drawing that we're going to work on today. Today, we're actually going to draw wall sections. And looking at the plan, in fact, let's go back. Let's go ahead and bring in the actual file, so the PDF. Student elevation roof plan, where'd I put it? I put it in the site plan. Nope. I know I uploaded it last week, and I looked at it today. Give me a second. Let me find out where I actually put the wall sections. Okay. I know what I've done with it. It's actually in the modules. So let me go over to the modules here. Let's go to dashboard. Okay. $13, $17. Let's go into modules. And I actually put it in the sections module so you guys can see what we had coming up this week. Let's see, let's go to it. Site plan sections. And there it is. It's just working slow. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we're going to draw today. All right, now let's go back and let's go ahead and take it and put it in our project folder. By the way, if you guys are getting hung up on the X-referencing, please let me know. The key to it is all the drawings that you're X-referencing, you have to make sure that you're putting that drawing in the same drawing folder. So if you're X-referencing files and you're finding them going missing, because they all have to be packaged in one location inside of one folder, okay? So just wanted to point that out because I don't think I explained that in the video properly. Now let's see, ACC. 13, 17. Oh, look, there it is. It's showing up as a, we'll put this one in the work folder. I don't know why it didn't show up earlier. Oh, perfect. It's a JPEG file. That's why it didn't show up. So what you want to do is when you have JPEG files, and I'm glad that actually happened. When you have JPEG files, what you want to do is you want to bring that into your drawing by utilizing the XREF function. So type in XREF, hit the space bar to activate it. And it's here, right over here. So you're going to right click and you want to bring in an image. Okay. So then there it is, wall section. So you want to open it up. And then you just drag it in. Don't worry about the scale. Just bring it in so you can see it. The scale doesn't matter because you're going to have to reproduce it anyway. Okay. I just want you guys to see what we're going to be reproducing. All right. So this is a drawing I want you guys to reproduce. Okay. I'm going to upload this into the file and we'll start with the groundwork. So first things first, this drawing right here is just a blow up and a more detailed drawing of, let's just say, this wall right here. Okay. So what I want you to do is on your section, let's go ahead and copy it down. Okay? Copy it down. Let's go ahead and draw a line here, because what you're going to do is you're going to cut all of this off. Hit TR to trim it. Let's go ahead and just clean all of this up, because all of this is going away because you don't need it. Okay? And you can actually utilize the same drawing. It's just when you place it on the sheet, the scale is going to be different. So we'll take this one and we'll explode it a little bit, and then we'll actually go ahead and change the scale once we put it on a sheet. Okay. And I also seen that you guys have placed drawings on sheets already. That's good. That's good. I like the proactivity there, even though we haven't gotten to that point yet. It looks like everybody has done it the way that I like to teach it, except for a couple of people. And I just want to let you know that once I do roll those videos out, once we start creating sheets and once we actually start putting drawings on sheets and printing drawings, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page, okay? I saw some people that would actually put in the text or the dimensions in the sheet file. That is a big no-no. You can do it, however, it is not indicative of industry standard, okay? So keep your head on the swivel for that one, all right? But if you went ahead and put your drawings on sheets, good stuff. I like the proactivity. The reason why I haven't gotten to that point yet, because I'd like to have at least 50% I would like to have at least a 50% set to print, if that makes sense. Right now we're at 25, 35, 40 at the most, so there's no sense in setting the sheets up. But if you want to go ahead and do it, that's fine. Typically I like to wait and to kind of get everybody on one consensus, because my sheet size, I use a sheet size that's different. Most of your things have been set up on 11 by 17. And for my drawings and me, what I like to do is I like to set it up on 22 by 34, okay? Because you can print a full size set of 22 by 34, and you can also print a half size set of 22 by 34, which is 11 by 17, and you don't have to change the scales. The scales don't change. So that's why I haven't set it up yet. And those of you who have already set your drawings up, you'll just have to go back and, change your title block and change your sheet size. So no worries there. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, okay? So now let's go ahead and take this line we used to cut this guy out. Let's move it, okay? I like to keep all of my text lined up, and you guys will see why. We'll get to a point to where it's just overbearing, okay? Let's go ahead and move this guy here. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So we'll have two wall sections. We'll have this one, and then we will have another one that's actually going to cut through the brick. And we'll draw that one second, but right now we're gonna go ahead and hatch this one out, okay? So first things first, we have to go ahead and get the foundation right, okay? And with the foundation, we're gonna show the anchor bolt. We're actually gonna show the grade beams. We're gonna show the compacted earth and the compacted fill, and we're actually gonna show the grade on this side as well. We're actually gonna call things out as we call it out here, all right? So let's go ahead and start doing that. First things first, we have to show on the exterior wall. We didn't show it on the original building sections. But when you do these wall sections, these blow up, you have to really show what's really there. So what's shown here? We actually have our 2x6 wall stud. And another thing, I notice a lot of people still have the 4-inch walls. All right, so we're going to have an exercise where we're actually going to go back and put the 6-inch walls in. Okay, I know some of you guys started the drawings before I took over the course. But if you have 4-inch walls, I know a couple of students did talk to me about it. That's okay. But I want to go ahead and straighten it up. We'll have an exercise on an assignment where we actually go back and get all of the wall thicknesses correct. If you haven't put the proper 6-inch nominal, 5.5 actual walls in. Okay. So what they're showing here, they're showing a 6-inch exterior wall, and they're showing a sheet of 3/4-inch plywood, and then this is what's called a waterproofing membrane. This little thing that you see right here to keep the moisture out of the building, okay? And it goes all the way up to the top. So first things first, let's just start right there, okay? I would say let's go ahead and hit lay freeze, L-A-Y-F-R-Z, L-A-Y-F-R-Z. Let's go ahead and turn all this off. We can turn it back on later. We just want to see what's here, okay? Now this condition, this is actually right, all right? So what we'll do is we'll take the ground line and we'll move it out to here. Typically the grade beams are 1 foot 6 inches. So let's trim this, okay? And let's offset this line 1 foot 6 inches. So hit OF 1 foot dash 6 inches. And hit F for fillet. And then we'll take this line on the exterior and offset it in, this line right here. You want it to be a separate line, so you may have to draw it. And made for match properties, so you match this guy and you match that guy. Something happened, it didn't match. Okay. Now offset this line 1 foot 6, hit offset, O for offset. 1 foot dash 6 inches. O for offset, 1 foot dash 6 inches. You know, let's make it a foot. Let's make it 10 inches. So offset, and just type in 10. Let's do it like this. Yeah, 10 inches. Okay. Now you want to take a line right here. Okay, take this line, and you want to offset it 6 inches down, because we have a 6-inch slab. Then you want to take a line and draw it. Make sure your ortho is on. Then you want to rotate that line, select it, go from the center, pull up, and type in 45. That's going to give it a 45-degree angle, okay? So now you want to take this line and move it up. And then you want to take it and move it over. And you can just kind of eyeball it. We have to put an angle right here, okay? And what do we do, 10 inch? Okay, yeah. So now let's clean it up, TR. Let's clean it up here, clean it up here and here. Let's delete that out, okay? And then let's TR, let's clean this line up here. And this slab looks a little thick. Doesn't look like, it is 6 inches. It just looks a little bit thick. My computer's a little bit jumpy today. Let's make this guy a little, let's do 1'6" from right here. Offset 1 foot dash 6 inches. What's going on my computer today? Stop it. Offset 1 foot dash 6. It doesn't want me to, it doesn't want me to go fast. It wants me to go slow, right? Okay, so there you have your grade beam. That's essentially this guy right here. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put in our anchor bolt. This is our anchor bolt. And we want to go ahead and put in our rebar and everything in the slab. Okay. And this guy right here, we'll add a splash block, but this is one that is actually attached to the slab. We're just going to show some regular splash blocks. Okay. So let's go right here. Okay. And let's draw an anchor bolt. So what you want to do is, I'm going to draw a line. Okay. And you can just do like that, and then just offset. And you want to offset that, let's just say a 1/2 inch. Well, let's say 1/4 inch. Yeah, like that. I'm going to fill it. Now hit fill it again and type R for radius. And then tell it you want to give it a radius of 2 inches. Hit the space bar, come back, select this line and then that line. Didn't work right, fill it. R for radius. Sorry, my computer, I need to plug it up. Okay, so hit fill it, okay? And you're gonna type in R for radius. And you're gonna give it an offset, let's say 2 foot. Just click here and then click here. I don't know why it's not working. Take this line and separate it, fill it, R for radius. Okay, it does not want to work properly. R-E-G-E-N. Whenever it doesn't work properly, just type in R-E-G-E-N. Regen. Yeah, just don't want to work properly. Okay, so extend. So R-A-G-E-N, okay, and then you want to make sure that what you want to do is just go ahead and just, just make it square, okay? Just make it square, okay? Just make it square. Don't worry about that. Let's go ahead and draw a line here. Let's draw another line here. Offset it. And then offset it again. Typically we can bring these in, but I like to draw them sometimes. Offset, extend. I'm going to type in B-L-O-C-K. I'm going to select the object. Just say anchor, call it an anchor, and hit OK. Then you want to take this and move it to the center of your bottom plate. And this is what anchors the boat to the slab, okay? So that's that little guy right there, all right? Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and add in the half-inch jib, the half-inch sheathing, okay? So what you want to do is you want to take what you have here already. Let's take this and let's move it out. So let's take this and move it out. Just move it out. Now you want to come here, you want to draw a line. And it's going to go all the way up to the bottom here. And this line now is going to be placed on a layer just put it on the section general layer, okay? And then you want to offset it 1/2 inch, just like that, okay? So now you want to close it in, just draw a rectangle and close it in. Just place it right there, take this, delete it, and then stretch this line up, okay? Just like that. Now you want to hatch that, okay? It is on a siding layer. You want to put it on that general layer that we talked about. Let's go ahead and hatch it. So what you want to do is you want to type in H for hatch. And let's see, which one do we want to use for a jib board? Let's see, hold on one second. No. Let's use ASNI 137. Okay. And let's give it a bigger scale because it's just gonna print black if we don't change it. Give it a scale of 5. Okay. So now we need to draw our waterproofing membrane. Okay. Let's go to sections, and you want to put that on a, let's just say, you're on the section siding layer. Let's create a new layer, okay? And it's not showing. Sometimes you have to wake the cat up. Okay, let's put it on a section insulation layer. There it is, okay. Now what you want to do is you want to come here, put a new layer. Or better yet, let's try something else. Undo that. Right click, and let's see, this section, this version of CAD may not have it. Rename layer, delete layer. There is one, I believe the odd year versions of CAD have what's known as a duplicate layer. You can duplicate the layer and then change it. We don't have that one here. So let's go ahead and just create the new layer. And we want to call it all lowercase s dash section dash S section dash WP for waterproof. And leave it dark blue. Or make it dark blue if yours is not dark blue. Okay? Go ahead and close this out. Now, let's go ahead and draw that waterproofing membranes. What you're going to do is, you can eyeball it, just as long as you have some space in between the actual 1/2 inch sheathing. You want to come down just like this. And I'm still on that insulation layer. Just come down, okay? Then you want to come here. And then you want to make sure you turn the ortho off. And just do something like that, and then we can manipulate it later, okay? So this guy's gonna stretch out some, right? Let's see, stretch. Let's stretch it out some until we actually determine how far we need it to be. So to stretch, use the stretch command. Unselect this guy. Stretch it out some. And you want to make sure your ortho is on. Okay. Let's go ahead and stretch this down some. Just stretch it past this, because right now we need to know. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our siding back over, right? And siding, you can show it two ways. I've seen it shown to where it goes down past this edge here. In fact, let's show it that way. So now let's stretch this back. We'll take this and we'll stretch it to about right here, okay? And then we'll take this siding and we'll stretch it. Well, let's move it here, then move it here. All right. So let's stretch it down some. Just like that. And let's move it out just a little bit. Now we can take this guy and we can move it out to here, and we can extend it, okay? And stretch it out like that, and then you can stretch it down a little bit. Okay? So now this would actually come down to here. Okay? And this little edge right here would actually come over. It's different for the brick. The brick, you actually have a ledge, but when you have siding, the siding just drips down over the edge of that ledge. So we can take this and move it back. Okay, so this is what that condition will look like. So here, here, here. Let's go ahead and move this back just a little bit. Let's go ahead and take the siding and move it back just a little bit as well. Okay, just like that. Whenever you have insulation drawn in and you see it, it actually turns into a straight line. Just type in REGEN for regen, and it should regenerate the drawing. Okay. So there you have it. We kind of drew everything else in, all right, but we didn't show the details here. So what we want to do is we actually want to show. We drew everything else in. We have the roof siding. Okay. So now what I want you guys to do is see these notes, okay? These are the notes I want you to call out. But first, let's go ahead and put in the vapor barriers and things of that nature, okay? So let's go here and draw a line from, let's just say here, draw a line right here. And let's take these lines and offset them 1 inch, offset, just like that. Now let's clean them up. For PL. Because you got to polyline it up to close it. Okay. And then what you want to do is take this and just move it down, type in 10 inches. Give it a value so you don't have to struggle when you move it back. And let's take these and delete it. We just drew those in for construction lines. Let's move this back up 10 inches. Okay. And let's go ahead and place this on a, we might have to create another lecture. Yeah, let's create another layer. And we'll call this S-section -MOIST for moisture barrier. And change the color to yellow. Color number 2. And close it out. Let's go ahead and place this on that layer. All right. Now what else do we have? We have more moisture barrier, then we have compacted earth. So what you want to do is, come here, you want to draw a line down, just like that, okay? And draw a rectangle from here to here. You can stop it at the bottom, just kind of eyeball it. Let's delete these 2 lines. And let's take this guy and move it down just a little bit to provide, yeah. And let's take this guy and stretch it up just a little bit, like that, okay? So that's how it'll show, okay? So this is section moisture barrier. We need to go ahead and create another one, and we'll call it compacted earth. New layer. A-section. Just type in earth. I'm gonna make this like a brownish. 88,1928. Click OK. And get out of that. And then put this on that layer that just created. Okay. Did I save it? A-section concrete, general, moisture, siding, text, concrete. Apparently I didn't save it. Okay, let's do it again. Right click, rename layer. No, right click, new layer. A-section dash earth, E-A-R-T-H. Hit enter. Change the color to this brown right here. Click OK. And then close it out. And put this on that layer. You should look for the brown A-section. Am I not saving it? Yeah, sometimes you have to make AutoCAD do what you want it to do. There it is. Override that color. You can leave it on that layer. Let's override that color. Yeah. I'll override it and yeah, more colors. Let's go with this orange looking color here. Yeah, just like that, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to come back here. And this is the ground line, so you want to draw a polyline. So you want to come here, turn off the F8, turn off the ortho, okay? And as you can see, I'm drawing like a little polyline figure. And you can't see the figure, you'll see it once I put it on the other layer or the other color. Come right here. MA for match, okay? I still don't like the way that looks. But you can leave it for right now, okay? Leave it for right now. Now, what we want to do here is we want to go ahead and let's polyline this up. Let's go to a section, and let's say section concrete, okay? Type in PL for polyline, because you want to give it some thickness here. So come here, draw a line here, here, draw a line here, okay? And draw a line here, and draw a line here, just like that. And then give it a thickness. Let's give it a global width. Let's see what 2 looks like. No, that's too big. So let's go with 1/2 inch. Yeah, give it at 1/2. And I don't like this. I don't. It's not looking right. And just bring it up to the bottom of that. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and put our rebar in, okay? So hit C for circle and come to this section up here and just put it on the section, that same moisture layer. You come here, okay? Copy there. Copy it over here. Make sure the auto is on so you can keep it in line. You take these two and copy them up, okay? Just like that. All right, and copy these two up. They're not showing it here, but that's okay. All right. All right, so now what we have is we have a little condition right here. So let's offset this line 3 inches, your ground line. Offset it 9 inches total, actually. TR, clean this up. What we're doing is we're drawing a splash block here. This guy's gonna slope up just a little bit. And this ground line, we can trim it, TR. And then let's hit a line right here. Let's draw a line right there, just like that. And hit MA. Because we're gonna go back and we're gonna show a gutter right here, okay? So what you wanna do is you wanna type in PL for polyline, because we wanna show a little thickness here, not as thick as we have the concrete. Hit MA for match. Let's change this thickness to 1/4 inch. Yeah, just like that. So that's your concrete splash block. Okay. Let's take this and bring it up just a little bit. Yeah. It'll look something like that. So let's go ahead and hatch this, okay? And there is an earth right here. So select that and then select that. Let's change the scale of it. Change the scale to 5. Let's see what it looks like. Make it bigger. Try 10. Try 20. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And let's change this. We're gonna put some concrete, well, not concrete, but gravel right here for moisture. And let's change this scale. Let's see what 10 looks like. Yeah, you can leave it like that. So change this color to a gray color. I also want to change that. I don't like that color. Let's go with cyan. Yeah. I don't know about that gray 8. Let's go with Let's go with white. Okay. Now what I want you to do is, let's actually take these two rebars. These are number 5 rebars. I know you guys don't understand structural because we haven't designed it yet. But this is what we're going to put in it. This is how we're going to design it, right? So now hit REC for rectangle and draw a rectangle around this. Okay? And these are rebar. These are your rebar ties. And they should be on a dashed layer. So let's see if we have something we can put it on. Section general. And just let's change the line to dashed. Okay, you can change it here without actually manipulating the layer. Yeah, dash 2. And then you can come over here and change the scale. Okay, change the scale to like 4 or something like that. Or maybe 6. Okay. So now you want to come in and you want to hatch this guy, right? Concrete. So type in H for hatch. And then you want to come up here and you want to actually type in concrete. Where is it? There it is. Let's go ahead and put the concrete in there. You can leave it yellow as well. And I think that scale is okay. Okay. So there you have it, your wall section at your foundation, R-E-G-E-N. Regenerate. Okay. Everything else we drew it in pretty detailed. I just didn't detail it at the foundation on the section, on the building section, because I didn't know exactly how I was going to design it. But now I have an idea of how it's going to be designed. And we need to put our welded wire fabric in, and that is this mesh right here. Okay. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in just a second. So you would come here and just draw a line, draw it at the center here, and then turn the ortho off. All right. Let's have it do something like that. And then you want to take it, and let's just put it on that section. Let's put it on that section concrete layer, and let's make that line dashed as well. Okay. And let's come and change the scale to, let's change the scale to 5. Okay. And that's welded wire fabric. And what that is, let's go to the internet. I'll show you guys exactly what that is. Let's see. And let's go ahead and click photos, images. So when they're pouring the slab, they'll put this wire mesh in it to give it some stability. I'm trying to find one that's actually, this is one. So when they pour the slab, they have this, they place these on these seats, and this seats holds it up where it's actually in the center of the concrete, right? So it just gives the concrete structural integrity. Once the concrete is finished, it just gives it some structural integrity and keeps the concrete from breaking up all over the place, okay? So essentially, this is what it looks like during the middle of a concrete pour. When it's done, all of this will be covered with concrete and you won't even see the welded wire fabric. Another thing, let's look at rebar. I know you guys don't know that. Grade beams, let's see. Grade beams with number 5 rebar. So here's a good picture of it. Let's see if I can get a better one. I would like to get one that kind of shows you what it looks like from the side, but in most cases when you see this, you'll see it like this, okay? So when they actually pour the concrete, they have those number 5 rebars that we drew in, these guys right here. So that's what you're looking at when you see this right here, okay? And this just gives the concrete structural integrity, Okay, that's what it's looking at. Then you have the rebar ties. Okay, see these things that's going across here? That's exactly what these are. This are rebar ties. These are the number 5 rebars. This is your welded wire fabric. And everything else is as we already explained it. Okay. So next I'll do one actually showing what the brick looks like. The brick is going to look just like this. Okay. You actually have a brick ledge where the brick would actually sit on. And then the actual waterproofing or water vapor membrane goes up underneath the brick. Okay. And it has everything here laid out. We'll draw it out so you guys can actually see it. But nothing is going to change at the roof. Your gutter and your downspout is going to typically look like this. All right. I'm not going to draw it in, at least not on this one. I'll draw it in for the next one. That way you guys can actually just copy it over once you draw it in when we do the wall section at the brick. So this is the wall section at the siding. We have the wall section at the brick next. LAYTHW. So we'll turn the layers on, and what I want you guys to do here, okay, is I want you to take all of this text, and just type it over here, okay? Because right now we're showing post-tension concrete slab. You call that out. Finished floor, see finished schedule. You point to the finished floor. We have the finished floor. It's actually not drawn in, so let's go ahead and put it in. Line. Let's draw a line and hit turn your F8 on. Okay, then you're gonna offset that line. You're gonna offset it up just say a ½ inch or maybe an inch, just so we can show. But typically flooring is about a ½ inch, but sometimes you have to exaggerate. You have to exaggerate these things on drawings at times, right? So stretch. Okay, so you call your floor out there. All right. Everything that's here. All right. What does that say? 2-point seal plate, satin foam sealer, see structural foam plate anchors. I want that note called out. Okay. You can call it out as dwelling unit. We called out our insulation in the building section, so copy that note over. I think we're not showing R19. Okay, you want to be consistent with what you're showing in the building section. We called ours out as R13. Okay. R19 is just something that gives you a better thermal insulation. Okay. 2x6 studs at 16 inches on center. 5/8 inch chipboard. Copy all that stuff over. Chipboard clips blocking contractors. Yeah. All this stuff applies. 2x6 aluminum clad wood fascia. So we have that drawn here. Okay. But what you need to do is actually go ahead and put this is just a 2x4, and this is the fascia right here. Okay. So you have a fascia on top of it. It's going to come just like this. And you come back and you draw a rectangle. Or better yet, just do a polyline. PL, and once you do the polyline, you can go ahead and you can actually go ahead and just hatch it up with no, don't hatch it, just put an X in it. Well, maybe we'll put a wood hatch in it, I don't know. Let's see. Let's go ahead right here. So you hit H for hatch, then you want to go ahead and select this guy right here, and then you want to, I think we have a wood in here. If not, we'll just find something that's comparable to wood. They can use 134, that's fine. Okay. So you want to call out this ventilated vinyl soffit. You want to have this note exterior wall system, but this note will only apply to the brick. We don't need to have this note and have it pointing to the siding. We only want this note applying to the brick, okay? And this note as well. All right, so I want you guys to note this guy up. All right, I already know that we still have some drawings that we need to complete. So yeah, I want you guys to note it up, and I'll go ahead and add in the wall section for the brick next, okay? So good stuff, guys. Keep up the good work. However, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to step on it a little bit, okay? I know we don't have drawings due until the 1st, so just try and make your, meet that deadline, okay? So what you wanna do is, since we're in here and we copy this down, we'll just call this one wall section. Wall section 1A, okay? And that is on a 0 print layer, so it won't print, but we need to denote what that is, all right? So next we'll go ahead and we'll draw the wall section at the brick portion of the building, which is essentially going to be the same thing. We'll just copy this wall section over and we'll actually apply brick. But always remember, all right, when you apply the brick, you never move the walls in. You always move everything out, and then you adjust the slab out to house the brick or to house whatever material that you're putting on it, okay? So I'm not gonna put the notes in, and you may have to change the size because these notes are a little bit more extensive. So we may have to change the size. Let's see what size do I want to use. Let's see. If you brought that rivet file in, that go by file, you're gonna have all different types of sizes that come in with it, right? Typically, we want one that's smaller. That's bigger. I think that's as small as we're getting. That might be a little too small. Let's see. Try the aerial. No, too big. Yeah, try this one. ATTR. No, don't try that one. I don't like it. It's TXT. Let's get this right before I actually export the video. TXT. Come here. Yeah. Just leave it as is for right now. Okay? Leave it as is for right now. We can always, well, right now, go ahead and put it on that small one. I think it was, which one was it? It was ATT something. ATTR. Let's just use that for right now, okay? So when you type your new text in that you're gonna copy directly over, so you're gonna copy this text over, but I want you to actually be in thought mode while you're doing it, okay? Call things out as they are, okay? We're showing siding here, so you're gonna call siding out instead of brick. And the reason why we're making the text smaller because the wall sections are gonna be placed on a sheet, but at a larger scale, okay? So we don't want the text to be huge. So that's basically it for the wall section, guys. Keep your head on the swivel for wall section number 2. This is wall section 1A. We'll go back with wall section 2A next.